what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Good evening, and happy hump day. How we doing? Let's open up the cafe. Looks like we got a few people hanging around. It is the nighttime here in the USA, so maybe more peeps are around. Had a good show earlier. Hope you catch that. Had a little debate with Ironic and not debate, discussion, whatever. Discourse. We had some civil discourse. Yep. Tackling the same old question, like the claim that America is a Christian nation or founded on, Christianity. Yeah, we did that. Again, how do Christians reconcile the First Commandment with the First Amendment? Yeah. And yeah, we went through that. Vic was there. Who else came in? And yeah. It seemed there was like four of us knew what the fuck was going on. Sammy was there. Yes. So tomorrow's Friday for you. Tomorrow's Thursday. So your Friday and Saturday is your day off. As I'm getting Friday, Saturday. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let me. Yeah, I know. And we had to make a distinction between, most of the people. Because someone else was saying, like, they were trying, saying that there was a bunch of deists in there, but most of the population was Christian, and yes, some of the founders were deists. I don't who were talking about that with. I don't know who put that up. Maybe it was Tog. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna play one more. Play our opening song. A nice back the beat up, baby. Bring that beat back, baby. Oh, what else can we talk about? Oh, man. I gotta tell you, I'm a little ticked off about the whole $1.5 trillion. For fuck's sake.
Spin around, this rhythm's a thief. Stealing my call, leaving no relief. Bass drops heavy, heart skips a beat. A symphony of steps, my mind retreats. Neon lights on, colors collide. Lost in the groove, nowhere to hide. Echoes of a hook is haunting me. Loops in my brain, no chance to break free. automatic fight, trapped in the sound, no end in sight. Bring on that song, can't get enough. This groove is strong, the rhythm's tough. Over and over, it's taking control. That groove has broken me, body and soul. Trapped in the sound. Over and over, it's taking control. That groove has broken me. Bring that beat. Bring that beat. Yeah. It's a spell, a loop, a melody chain, pulling me back, rewiring my brain. Bring on that song, can't get enough. This groove is strong, the rhythm's tough. Over and over, it's taking control. That groove has broken me, body and soul. Bring on that song, can't get enough. This groove is strong, the rhythm's tough. Over and over, it's taking control. That groove has broken me, body and soul. Bass drops heavy, heart skips a beat. A symphony of steps, my mind retreats. Neon lights on, colors collide. Lost in the groove, nowhere to hide. Echoes of a hook is haunting me. Loops in my brain, no chance to break free. Bring on that song, can't get enough. This groove is strong, the rhythm's tough. Over and over, it's taking control. That groove has broken me, body and soul. Bring on that song, can't get enough. This groove is strong, the rhythm's tough. Over and over, it's taking control. That groove has broken me, body and soul.
Hello. Welcome to the Gen X Cafe.
Yo.
Yo. Link is in the comment section if you want to join. Hope you're coming in. DT. Sammy, I saw you out there. Serb left me with the Mormons. Wait, did you just leave a hang, Serb? You just left another hang?
Well, I was in the external chat.
Oh, okay. He'll be in shortly. Very good. Very good. Yeah, it was interesting. Interesting hang earlier. I think Irenic caught himself in 3-4 different instances of circular reasoning.
I'm
Trying
sad
to
I
get.
missed-
What's that?
I said I said I missed it. I literally opened the link to join, and then I went and got food and a drink and sat down, and then joined, and then everyone had just left. Well, I guess it was just you and Ironic when I clicked on the link. You guys had just left. I was like,
Yeah. We're going. We went like 8 hours or something. But he wouldn't answer. I'm trying to get because he's saying you're not under the law. These are commandments for the Jewish people. That all this stuff. And I said, okay, well then what does Jesus say? What are the commandments? And I'm saying, I'm reading it. Jesus said 2 commandments. There's only the 2 greatest commandments: love God and love your neighbor. And then even with that, he's saying that is old covenant, and So I'm like, ironic. So how do you love God? And he's like, by loving. I'm like, what do you mean? Because the scriptures also say, to love you. How do you love God? By obeying his commandments. And I was trying to go back to where there's the first commandment that says, I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other gods before me. So how could America be a Christian nation if their First Amendment allows for the worship of other gods?
Yeah, the First Amendment is not loving God basically on purpose.
Right. I also try to give him an analogy of like a wife. So if you're not under the Lord, so like if you had a wife, it's like having an open marriage. Just saying it's okay that if you're not under the law, you don't have to obey these commandments or whatever. Not then the first commandment is out. God's okay with you. I'm like asking, but God be okay if I worship another god for a little while, and I could worship both of them. And he's trying to say, well, you're led by the Holy Spirit. It was interesting, to say the least. But yeah, that's my new shtick. First commandment versus the First Amendment. For these Christians who insist that we're a Christian nation.
Yeah, I mean, if you read the history of like all the reasoning behind why the government was and the Constitution, like why it was all set up the way it was basically to like neuter the religious people. Right. It was to keep any religion from taking control. Yeah. Seems like a weird thing to do if you're trying to make it a Christian nation.
Yeah. And his clockwork with his favorite scripture, Isaiah 45:7.
Was that God is love? That one?
No, that God created good and evil.
Oh.
Or calamity. It says calamity converted to evil. It says, I, the Lord, done these things or something. So I see Pearl just put this video out. I didn't watch it. She's been going around to churches asking Christian women if they should obey their husband. And oh, who just came in? There's Doubting Thomas. DT in the house.
Hello.
Hello. So you got a 3-day weekend now? Well, no,
Well,
Friday. No, you are Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No, I work Monday through Thursday.
And you're off Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Correct. I work 4 10-hour shifts.
Oh. Do you like doing that? Kind of get it all out of the way and you just...
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of hesitant to take the dispatch for this job, but fuck, I needed a job.
GOP. Yeah. 10 hours can be rough, though, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind that. It's just the fucking 90 miles one way.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking day, bro. That's fucking 14 hours, man.
Now, is that just for this job? Is this job site, or is this going to have to be an ongoing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, just for this job.
Okay. All right. Hopefully, you get something closer.
Yeah. This one's supposed to last 2 months, I think they said.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can hook something closer after that.
But do you ever do any work on like oil pipelines or anything?
You want to go to Iran? They need a lot of oil.
No, I was saying there's a bunch of talks with like Alberta for like pipelines and stuff. That's super far away, right? In Washington.
Yeah, but if the price was right, I'd go work in Alberta for a while for sure.
Well, some of that will be in America, right? If the pipeline.
Oh yeah, if they want to put, well, where are they talking about putting it?
They're not that far yet.
Oh.
Alberta's trying to decide if they can make a deal without the Canadian government getting involved.
Oh. Yeah. Good luck.
So you up for some Pearl? Do you know Pearl, you guys? You know Pearl Davis?
Yeah.
Pearl.
Pearl.
Yeah,
Right.
Irenic was basically just a walking tautology today, man.
You caught that.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was listening to it on the way home from work. Fuck, man. He has got the Jesus blinders on securely.
Yeah, but there were those golden moments of silence, or there were those moments. There's that long
I caught
one.
those. Yeah, I caught those. Because I thought the same thing. I thought my fucking on that long one, I thought I had to check my phone to see if my fucking signal was gone.
I don't know what the fuck I said, but I just everybody, I don't know either. Everybody was just, I don't know. I thought people lost their audio song. I was like, all right, I'm going to let this baby sit there as long as it can. Let it smell up the room. Let him.
The Ten Commandments are Jewish. This is what I heard mostly. The Ten Commandments are Jewish. And then the next hour and a half was you and Bond and B trying to get out of him, okay, so how do you know anything is right or wrong or Christian or not Christian? Like, what's your standard? That's basically what you were asking him. And he couldn't fucking name one. You got to love God.
Mine. How?
But how? Like, why do you have to love God? Why do you have to love God? What's the standard? If it's not the Ten Commandments, what the fuck is it? What the fuck are you talking about?
And my question.
Well, I already told you that, you stupid idiot.
Yeah. The problem he has is there is no like moral rules coming out of Jesus. Right, the Old Testament's all about rules. The New Testament's all about believing in Jesus.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We're a Christian nation. We were founded on Christian principles. It's like, fuck you, man. Any principle you can name that you say is a Christian principle that the U.S. was founded upon, I could name you probably 2 other principles that the U.S. was founded on that existed long before Christianity.
Yeah, and I'm going to bet those principles that he does name are principles that were only adopted by Christians after the Renaissance.
I don't think you brought up anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying
I'm not sure of one principle he named other than you. I already said that. You got to love God. Yeah. That's the only thing you got to do is love the one true God.
That's wild. You think you could just name, because Jesus talks about doing stuff. It's just not a rule that you have to follow. He just
right. It's what
he doesn't
what did
say.
He end up?
Go ahead.
I was going to say he ended up. Oh, what was it, bro? It was the 10. Oh, recommendations.
10 recommendations. Yeah, he says there were recommendations. He actually said that.
Like, Jesus doesn't say feed the hungry or, spend eternity in damnation, but he does say feed the hungry.
Right. Take care of the widows and the orphans, it says in James.
None of that is what supposedly saves you, right? It's the believing in Jesus and accepting his gift.
That's it.
That's what saves you.
You're
But
right.
everything else is just kind of, hey, be nice.
Yeah.
Right. Should Christians wives obey their husbands?
Yeah, that's where Pearl's been going around to these churches and asking these women this. So she's actually been kicked off as, even kicked off as public spaces. All right, here you go. I didn't hear any. I only heard 30 seconds, and this first one, yeah, she's a doozy.
And when she was engaged, maybe she was flooded by the Holy Spirit, maybe by the evil spirit, but she chose to marry a man who was, in fact, devout to Christ, and he was celibate. And she did a grievous sin by lying to him or omitting information that she had, in fact, had maybe one or maybe several partners, and not
if she's admitting to one, it's more
because of her sin did he choose to kill her. That was an act of the devil.
He killed her?
Yes.
Do you want to answer the sign? We're trying to figure out what you guys believe here. You got 2 minutes to tell us? There's no right or wrong answers. We're just trying to figure out what people believe about obedience, because we go to different churches every week and just ask people what they believe. So, do you guys believe here that Christian women should obey their husbands? Tell me yes, no, and why or why not.
Yes. And the reason is because it is God's calling for the woman to submit to their husband. And in the first place, it is a woman's choice. She chooses who she wants to marry and whose name she wants to carry. And with that being said, if she made the right choice and was anointed with God, then in fact, her husband should know best. And the saying goes, Father knows best. And if he is consecrated with the Holy Spirit and he is anointed and he chooses to walk daily in his act with God, then his wife should trust in him 100%. And vice versa. She should be his fortress of solitude, and she should always pray for him, even in the most difficult times. When the devil tries to tear apart marriages, because he will try to come between husband and wife, you're called to pray and to stay together.
So how?
Until you start using the Bible to beat each other up.
How long have you been practicing here?
This is my 3rd year practicing here at Mater Dei Latin Mass Parish. Prior to practicing my faith here, I was a part of Novus Ordo churches. I was raised Catholic since birth. We attended St. Elizabeth, Hungary of Dallas, and nothing against that church, but I have felt fully in my power here, and I'm consecrated with the Holy Ghost to come to church every Sunday. So I definitely feel the presence here.
So what?
To hear all that church lingo again. Kind of weird. Remember that lingo, DT?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You can take the boy out of the church, but you can't take the church out of the boy.
What would you do if the priest and your husband disagreed? So, and it's not a cut and the first answer I always get, I'll just preface, is that we listen to the Bible. But let's say it's not cut and dry, because there are instances where there's not a cut and dry answer, right? And the priest says what, like, let's say parenting style. The priest says one thing and your husband says another. Who are you listening to?
I would definitely take the priest, whatever the priest recommends, to heart. Only because he speaks through the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And to listen to Father's guidance is listening to God's guidance. And with God's guidance, to pray for your husband so that he may be redirected. If there is a miscalculation, that we.
So what I'm hearing here, see, this is the bullshit that goes on, especially with fucking any kind of marriage counseling and stuff like that. So she's assuming right here that the priest hears God better than her husband does.
Yeah. A great follow-up question to this would be, okay, but what if the priest disagrees with your husband and your husband says that priest is stupid, we're going to a different church? Do you follow your husband to a new church where the priest agrees with your husband?
Now at that point, I will have to leave my husband.
Yeah, like I think there's too many cooks in the kitchen in that environment. You just gotta pick one and go with it.
We are all human and we're called to pray for each other, but listening to the Father is not dismissing your husband in any way.
So wouldn't you say then the priest has more authority than the husband?
I don't think she had I don't think she was very comfortable with that answer after she handed the mic. I don't know.
In that, yes, the priest is always going to have authority over husband and wife. He is the one that is anointing the husband and wife.
What? The priest is going to have authority over the husband and wife. Whoa.
Well, yeah, the priest got the direct pipeline to God, man.
Yeah. Even though Jesus said, or was it Paul? Paul said there's no mediator between God and man except for Christ.
And Green Soul.
Yeah, and then you got the start a church in my name, and let the church tell people what to do.
What's up, Frank?
Should Christian, I don't know what the W.
Should Christian women, no, she goes around churches and asks women, should Christian women obey their husbands?
Well, it depends on the situation.
Shut up, bitch.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Like if she's running across, the street without looking, watch out, bitch. You gotta. I think she needs to always obey.
Well, she was just asked by Pearl if your priest and your husband disagree about, say, parenting, who you going to align with? And she's like, she's going to align with the priest.
Yeah, because he's an outside party. Makes sense.
Yeah, but she's also making an assumption that he's hearing more from God than her husband.
That's probably true.
Only just because there's a disagreement.
It depends on the disagreement. Like, let's say she's raising the kids really fucked up. It's really contingent upon its context, right? Like, it's just a blanket
but
statement.
for her, she didn't even say that though. It was like default though. You're going to the priest. We didn't even give a situation. It was just simple disagreement. I don't know. It was strange. It was very, I don't know. Seems big cultish. Anyway, here we go. Finishing on. Go back 5 seconds.
Authority over husband and wife. He is the one that is anointing the husband and wife. So with that being said, the husband should work diligently with the wife to stay in step with God.
So is there a push here to get married and have kids young, or do they say to do it on your own timeline? Like what is the, thoughts around that?
In God's timing, I believe, you could get married at 50 years old and have your first child. You could get married at 30 years old and have your first child. Maybe even at 18 and have your first child. But God doesn't push you to marriage. In fact, marriage is one of the more complicated things in this world. God actually does call you to practice celibacy if you choose a life of singledom. And if your higher calling is not to be a wife and have children, God understands your heart and your posture, but he does want you to act in the state of celibacy and to not give yourself to anyone if you are for God.
Does that mean
She sounds so robotic.
Does it say all that in the Bible about all this celibacy nonsense?
No.
Is that actually in the Bible, what she just said? I didn't think so.
No, that's church doctrine.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
I like her haircut.
I want to hear the one on the right speak. I mean, I like that hair.
Majority of women here are virgins, like are waiting for marriage?
Either they're virgins or they may be born again in the sense that they have already come to God and asked for forgiveness for their past mistakes or missteps when they were maybe not guided by God, but by this world and giving in to their bodily desires. But God has forgiveness for all men and women who take those mistakes.
That is hot. That's getting hot.
Yeah, I gotta admit, she looks good. She looks good.
Steps. And if you were miscalculated at any given time in your life, there's always a chance to turn it around and be born again and for Christ.
Don't you think that's requiring morality from the men and not the women? Because usually, like if you go to churches, the woman didn't have to wait till marriage, but the man usually did.
Yeah, that's very interesting that you say that. There was a story that I recently heard where a woman had several partners and became engaged. And when she was engaged, maybe she was flooded by the Holy Spirit, maybe by the evil spirit, but she chose to marry a man.
Oh, wait, she was flooded by the Holy Spirit and the evil spirit? Which one was it? Right? She said both of them. Weird.
Who was in fact devout to Christ, and he was celibate. And she did a grievous sin by lying to him or omitting information that she had in fact had maybe one or maybe several partners. And not
she's admitting to one. It's more,
because of her sin did he choose to kill her. That was an act of the devil.
He killed her?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were.
Whoa. Yeah. Ooh. He killed him.
We're talking about a different story. Okay.
No. In this story, the man chose to kill his wife. And I know that marriage is till death do you part, but may God have mercy on his soul.
Should we call that the OG divorce?
I know that God says till death to you. Oh, God.
There's something to be said for when someone's so unprepared to answer questions that they sound like a troll.
Oh, I know, right? Oh.
For choosing to cast down a woman who may not have been in the state of grace to ask for God's forgiveness. He chose to do this on their honeymoon, and she chose to relay this information on their honeymoon. And that is the
wow. So this woman probably told this guy that she's a virgin. Turns out she's not a virgin. Tells him after they're married, pisses him off, and he kills her. Ouch.
Is that wrong?
I don't know. It's almost like she's saying it's okay.
Like, do you think it's wrong that I kind of feel like we should have a law that says, like, if your husband or your wife or your soon-to-be husband or wife publicly declares that if my husband or wife does this when we're married, I'll kill them, we should just let them be able to do it? Right? Because you know what you're getting into, right? You're agreeing to it, right?
Yeah, it's a prenup.
Yeah, but what if you were high?
I mean, if
maybe you were not in the right state when you said that.
Maybe, but the other party still agreed to it when marrying you. maybe they shouldn't have married you.
They're probably both drunk or high.
Yeah, well,
Well,
it
there's a
sounds
lot
like
of people who
tough
shouldn't
shit
be
for
married,
them.
you know.
I was saying, you don't just get to get out of a
No.
bank loan because you got drunk, right? That's what I'm getting at.
No, of course. I'm just saying that just say one person probably remembers and the other person didn't.
Like, what I'm thinking is, like, if a husband declares publicly that my soon-to-be wife, if she cheats on me, I'll kill her, and then he comes home,
we'll see.
Okay, he comes home and finds her in their bed with another guy, and he kills both of them. He only gets charged for one murder.
So what? As long as you announce your intention,
What state is that?
It's going to be okay. Yeah, what state's that going to be in?
I think it should be in all the states.
There are crimes of passion. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you still arrest him for killing the guy.
I don't think that's love.
Yeah.
This is not even a crime of passion. This is almost premeditated.
Yeah. That's why I think it's okay as long as they agreed to it.
You can kill me. I don't think she's going to agree.
Well, they have to have it in writing.
No, the agreement is getting married. Right? Someone says, if you do X while we're married, I'll kill you. And you go, yeah, I want to marry you. Then you're agreeing to it. Oh, Thomas.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like an emotional thing. The person that I think, he's not really going to kill me. He might get a little angry. He's not going to really kill me.
Yeah, I mean, the first couple guys that do it, sure, they might think that, right? But when there's like 30 dead wives, people are going to start thinking guys are actually going to do it.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. It'll become part of the culture.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying so when they get more serious one day, actually say it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I guess this is your way of trying to stop cheating.
Yeah, I mean, cheating on someone.
It's gonna kill several people. It might kill 300 or 400 people, but hey,
sounds worse than the death penalty. It sounds worse than the death penalty.
But now wait, is it still wrong if God is behind it? Like God has a reason for that woman to do that and for her husband to kill her.
Yeah, because it sounds like it's very old covenant there, sir.
I was about to say, if God doesn't want it, he can send his angel down and stop him. Like he did with
No. God moves in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
Yeah, the angel will come down and stop,
Yeah. And one of the mysterious ways is he'll tell you to do something and send an angel.
No. That would be the Holy Spirit that came down, not God.
Oh, whatever deity is important at the moment.
I'm channeling ironic.
And a baby, you shouldn't marry someone that says, I'll kill you. If you're worried about it.
I was going to question, why didn't Abraham stop, why didn't God stop Abraham from having sex with Hagar when Sarah disobeyed?
I don't know. Like my question about the sacrificing your son, right? That whole story.
All part of the plan, bro.
No, that was the thing. He stopped him from sacrificing Isaac, but he didn't stop him beforehand from having sex, and then Ishmael was born.
Well, yeah, but hear me out here, right? So God,
why did he stop him?
Real quick, God
because Sarah wasn't right. She didn't act in faith that she was going to give birth to Israel or Jacob.
Okay, but here's my issue with the story. God himself tells you to take your son up and sacrifice him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? God himself, the actual deity. And then you're up there and you're about to do it, and then this angel comes down and tells you to stop. Well, why aren't you like, get the fuck away from me, angel? You're not God.
Right, he was the devil at the time.
Why would you listen to an angel over
Yeah, it could be
God.
fucking any angel. You can just tell the angel, fuck off.
Yeah.
God told me to do this.
Is it an angel?
Yeah.
Could be a Mormon angel. Maybe it's a Mormon
It actually
angel.
says, I think, Yahweh's angel or something like that. Or an angel of Yahweh. I'm just saying, if he's going to give you it from his own mouth to start with, it seems like that's a higher authority than some winged glowy boy.
Yeah. You should have thought he was like the devil.
Right? Yeah, why didn't he think that to start with? Why wasn't that his first reaction? You're telling me to do something
Maybe
that God
he didn't really
not
want
do
to kill
something.
his son.
Well, sure. Right, but this thing
Maybe
comes
he
along.
I was like, oh crap, an angel.
Yeah, but it's telling you to do the opposite of what God told you to do.
Well, how do you determine which one's God and which one's the angel?
Well, in the story, it's the first one that talks to you is God, and then the second one that talks to you is the angel.
Oh, okay.
Wait, didn't he meet the angels before?
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, he met the angels before, right, with Sarah in the Bible.
Okay.
So, like, he knows what an angel looks like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so he knows it's not God.
But he knows that the angels are messengers from God.
Okay, but God told him, God's self, like God told him.
Yeah, God
to
told
sacrifice
him.
his son. And it's not an angel told him to sacrifice his son. God told him to sacrifice his son.
But
and then while you're about to do it, then an angel tells you to not do it.
But
you would be disobeying God, in effect.
But didn't he physically stop him?
Who, God? God or the angel?
No, the angel. The angel.
It says the angel stops him, but it doesn't really describe how he does it, I don't think. Does it?
So I got the impression.
Yeah, he's right. The angel. It's the angel. Yeah, I'll bring up the scripture here.
And physically stops him. So he prevented from happening.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's usually like painted. Like if you're doing a painting, if you see paintings of it, it's painted like the angel's physically stopping him, but I don't think it actually says that in the Bible.
All right, look. It said, then he reached out his hand and took the knife to slay his son. He took the knife. It says it right there.
Yeah, the guy sacrificing his son took the knife to slay his son.
Correct. And then what's the next line? The next line is,
"Here I am."
But the angel of the Lord called out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just tells him not to do it.
So wait, he replied, do not
lay a hand on the boy.
But why would he listen to a fucking angel, Frank? Because God told him to do it.
Wait, hold on. So Abraham looked up.
Oh. We'll go down.
So yeah, but that's the thing, like, because I'm trying to put myself in Abraham's shoes, right? Have my son there, I'm about to sacrifice him, right? God told me to do it. I get it from a vision. And then knowing that an angel that knowing is real yells out, stop. Wouldn't that startle you?
Yeah, it would make me hesitate.
Yeah, it would hesitate.
Right, but would it stop me? Like actually overall? That's what I'm arguing. I'm arguing that it shouldn't have stopped Abraham. Because God himself told him to do it.
He disobeyed a direct order from God. Disobeyed a direct order. Now, why the fuck would he do that?
Because some glowy boy came down.
No, it's not a glowy boy. It's an angel, right?
Yeah, a boy that glows.
He knows that there are messengers, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And he could.
He also knows. He also knows that angels have disobeyed God before.
Is there a
And would he
distinction
also-
between Lord and God here in the Old Testament? If we go to the Hebrew,
Yeah, Lord is almost always a stand-in for the Father. There's a very, very small. There's a very few instances where it's not the Father, but it's a stand-in for the name Yahweh.
Oh, I thought their Lord and Savior was Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when Christians say Lord Jesus, they're saying Jesus is they're saying the Son is the Father.
That's
not ironic.
Not
I know,
ironic.
right?
Not
He's not into that
not,
Trinitarian bullshit.
yeah, they're not Trinitarians. So
No, they just don't. They don't know what the words mean. They're just flapping at the mouth.
Well, if they read it, if they're not Trinitarians, they're going to look at it differently than a Trinitarian would.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess God doesn't forgive a oopsie, I'm stupid, right?
It depends how you read it. Like, Trinitarians will read it like that's Jesus. And, people who are not Trinitarians will read it as a distinction between Jesus and God.
I just thought about this earlier today, where like Christian doctrine has kind of hollowed out God. Right? God isn't a being itself anymore. It's just like God is a God suit that they wrapped the Father and Son and the Spirit in. Right? You're like three midgets in a suit, that sort of thing. If you take away the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, there's nothing to God.
Oh, gotcha.
Just a suit.
Yeah, it's just a suit.
God suit.
God suit.
And how does you think Abraham would be savvy enough to know by this point? I would think.
Well, the guy was like what 111 or something.
Yeah, and how
he's probably really old. He's going a little senile, that age.
And how old's his son?
Well, you think it would cross his mind at some point. Hey, maybe God is testing me, and this angel is full of bullshit. And God said, "Kill my son," so that's what I'm going to do.
But I wonder how old his son is too. I mean, what's Isaac doing? He's not fighting, saying, "What the fuck's going on here? You're gonna tie me down?" 111-year-old guy's tying him down. No questions asked. He knows how this sacrifice thing is going. Isaac doesn't put up a fight.
He doesn't put up a fight. I think there is one point in there where Isaac says something, but I don't remember what it is.
There you go, look. Yeah.
I think it was, "What the fuck is wrong with you today, Dad?" Yesterday we went and played some catch at the park, and today you fucking got me tied down to an altar, and you're going to take my life.
Well, they're going up there, and they're going up there with the wood, right? And so then, Isaac is asking him, like, "Where's the sacrifice?"
Well, son.
And he says, God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son.
Wasn't there another version of this? Is there like a?
Yeah, there's a versions where it's not Abraham, it's some other character.
Oh, really?
And it's basically the same story except for the offerings like a deer, right? And there's like another one where the offering's a goat. It's just, yeah, it's not original. It's not original to the Bible. There's just some details that are original. Yeah, I'm gonna start asking Christians about this. I bet the Jews have an answer for this. The Jews spend a lot of time writing about their Bible.
Well, it's not the Bible; it's Torah.
Yeah, but I speak English. I'm just gonna call it the Jewish Bible.
It's Midrash.
Oh, Jewish Bible. No, it's not the Midrash.
Oh, what's the commentaries? No. They have a whole bunch of commentaries. They almost
consider. Yeah, the Talmud. Yeah, it's long. It's a lot of words. Lots of words.
Longer than the Vedas.
It's fucking brutal. It's fucking telling. The Mishra said this and said this. It's like a bunch of you're reading a bunch of arguments.
Fuck.
Yeah, now you know why there are so many Jewish lawyers, because they spend their youth fucking studying the Midrash.
It's fucking hell. That's what it is. Oh, we'll get the fuck out. And some of them come up with the most ridiculous shit, but like, what do you come up with these questions? Anyway, I don't want to get too much into it because it'll get dark.
We don't get no Jews coming through here.
Well, isn't James? He's not
a Jew.
He's Jewish.
No.
Yeah, he's a Jew-tile.
He's a
Jew-tile.
Well, he's a Jew. Anyway, yeah, no, he knows about that. He does the Torah study. Yeah. I used to go in there. Yeah.
On Thursdays, he still does it.
Then we brief from prophets. I actually participated in some of them.
You never know, he might pop in tonight.
Yeah, sometimes he pops in.
Yeah, I would like his opinion on that. Actually, he does study it from the Jewish angle of things.
Yeah. So who?
Cause I think if I asked most Christians that, I would just get foaming at the mouth back at me.
Mm-hmm.
No, why would they? If you say it nicely. You ask the questions very
Do we have any
nicely,
Christians out there that can answer to this? Any spirit-filled Christians? Please be spirit-filled. Come on in. Because we want a godly answer.
I don't blame Abraham for fucking getting startled. So.
Oh yeah, but I don't blame Abraham for not sacrificing his son. Like, that just makes sense to me. Like, why would you do that?
Maybe he took some he took some mushrooms and
some would argue. It was like the angel of the Lord saying, "Hey, no, don't do that, Abraham. God's not." He woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He didn't have his first cup of coffee yet. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Stop it.
I mean, with morality being objective and all, one might argue that commanding someone to kill their son's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he questions, like, God, I just want to know that. Why would you want? Can I just do a goat?
If it's objectively wrong, how come God and the angel of God disagreed?
There was an argument. I did hear this argument that when he heard the message of God, he misunderstood what God said. There was a miscommunication, and that's why really the angel came down to stop him. That's one interpretation. That's one.
Because Abraham was so old, his hearing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was really old, So like he probably going a little senile.
What are you talking about? God told me to do this.
I meant the goat, man. I meant the goat. Actually, now that I think about it, it sounds pretty funny.
Hey, wait a minute. There was no sacrifice. Was there any sacrificial laws in place then?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, I don't know. Actually,
I don't know about sacrificial laws. Right. I mean, the practice of sacrificing goes all the way back to Genesis. So it's the sacrificing is one of those things that's in the Bible, but the details of it aren't given because it's something the writers assumed everyone knew.
Everybody sacrifices their firstborn.
Yeah, like everyone just knew how to sacrifice animals to deities. That was just a thing everybody did.
Yeah.
Why put it in the Bible? Because everyone knows it.
But about human sacrifice,
that was going on too.
Yeah.
Because
to Yahweh,
if you wanted something big,
lots of things.
Yeah, sure. You show your devotion, sacrificing like your newborn infant. There's something most precious to you. And it shows your devotion.
Like Jesus.
That's why Jesus was the last sacrifice, supposedly.
Us sells that.
Yep. And that's that.
And that's that.
So yeah, Christian wives should obey their husbands.
Yeah, or else we'll sacrifice the firstborn.
Yeah, why not? It's probably dumb as a rock.
I went looking for something to do today. I saw there was like a concert in the park, sponsored by the township. Got the date, the time, address. I go there. There's nothing happening. Kind of ticked me off.
No concert?
Yeah, just a concert in the park. I had no information other than that. I don't know what kind of music or anything, but nothing was happening.
Nobody was playing music?
Nobody was there. I got the date, July 22nd. What was?
You got trolled.
I got trolled by the township.
You should have went home, got your drums, went back, and just live stream you drumming. Post it to like the town's or the county's Facebook page.
Okay. Nobody. Well, I had my little Bluetooth speaker. I could use that. I had that with me. Just sit there in the middle of the parking lot. There was nobody there. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, where the fuck is everybody? But there was
Yeah, that seems really weird. Usually they make cancellations pretty noticeable.
And this website's horrible. They don't give you no information on other dates too. No, it's just a list of dates, what's going on, but no further information. Horrible. But what's I think there's something going on at the bar.
On a Thursday?
I think so, at the winery. Oh, they're doing music bingo.
Don't be fooled. It's another trick.
Yeah, it's another trick.
No, it's the same. No, it's a different place. I'm thinking it's the winery. The winery's doing it. The one that where the 80s party was at. They're doing. I guess it's like they'll play songs and fucking it's on a fucking bingo card.
You gotta pay for the wine.
You have what?
You gotta pay for the wine.
Of course, you have to pay for the wine.
Are they giving it? Oh, okay. Like what kind of wine? It's just like a.
It's good. I like the raspberry inspiration.
Could you bring your own bottle?
No.
Really? That's fucked up.
Really, this is even a sign out there too.
Damn it.
Come on.
I'm gonna get up. I gotta
Yeah,
get
you're a real class act, Frank. I'm gonna bring my own bottle of wine to the fucking winery.
It's called the winery. What, you can't bring your wine? It's fucked up.
God.
There's only a certain amount of, only our wine. I'll give them some. They could compare wines. It's all right. They got
cheese. You had somebody over for dinner and they brought their own dinner.
That's good for them. So, bringing more food. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a drink. Hopefully, I have some. I don't know. Maybe she'll come in. She can talk, explain Abraham. There you go.
Who?
Nisha.
Really? What do you think she's gonna say?
Nisha.
I don't know. Let's get her in here. She was out there.
All right, that's a good perspective. Yeah. I wonder what Vic thinks about this.
What the fucking Abraham's wife was thinking about all this?
Well,
what were you gonna tell her? What were you thinking telling her when you got back and Isaac is dead?
Well, she has to obey her husband. Yeah, she can't say shit.
Yeah, I mean, not only should she obey her husband, God told him to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those, go sit in the corner and be mad.
He has a direct connection to God. What is she going to say? Nothing.
Abraham, what was that foul smell?
Yeah, Abraham's like a really important figure. You wonder if he ever said, "Bitch, I'm Abraham."
He said that.
Do what I say.
Every morning, he probably said that every morning. No, it's funny. Oh, man. Hey, did Canada stop those fires? Is that still going on?
I haven't heard anything, but I've kind of just assumed it was still going on.
I think it's still going on.
I smelt that shit from New Jersey.
Yeah, I think it's. I think we had haze from the smoke today here.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of haze, but this is like a week before when the fires first started. Definitely, everybody saw it. Like we could definitely see the sky. It was like a weird color. Yeah, those fires are huge. Not only that, we actually smelt it.
It makes for some pretty cool sunsets.
Yeah. So what started the fire?
God got out of hand when he was, well, it actually was Abraham, I guess, when he was lit the fire to sacrifice Isaac, set the fucking smoke Canada on fire.
The angel shouldn't have told him to stop because the angel didn't come.
Why would he believe the angel? God told him to do it.
Well, he done did it.
And then you could say, well, God sent the angel, but isn't that what the devil would say? Well, God sent me.
Yeah, the devil would just show up and say, "God sent me," and no, do it.
Look at how much the
Well, yeah, that would be a good Bible twist, you know. You know, some people say that the serpent in the garden was an actual, you know, Sophia, right? Like some sort of divine presence that actually convinced Eve to eat that apple.
But yeah, you think about it. Abraham, that story could just be basically a retelling of the basic structure of the Adam and Eve story.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's open to interpretation.
It's cherry pickism.
Well, it depends on what tradition. It depends on what background. You could definitely interpret it in different ways. It's not like a solid science book. It's stories.
Bats aren't birds.
And like with most stories, there are plot holes that you just have to forget about.
You know, the Bible.
In other news, the Republicans in Congress just created a whole bunch of Democrats.
Woo!
Yeah. Yes. Is Mitch McConnell dead? Is that dude dead?
Might as well be.
Can't we just say? And like, I'm not a big fan of either party, but I think we need some like Republican converse to the Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party is just fucking disintegrating.
Oh yeah, Democrats don't even know who the fuck they are anymore, man.
Yeah, we need some people there that are like in the center but vote Republican to just become Democrats to fix this.
Yes.
Sammy. So I don't know if you know what I'm referencing to.
No idea.
Government spend money.
Does it have to do with the SAVE Act? Save America?
No, it has to do with them passing a bill for a $1.5 trillion defense budget, which is an increase of over 50%.
Yeah.
That is insanity.
It's not if you know why.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Where do you get these money from? Where do you get like a trillion?
All I'm saying
is say $1 zillion.
If I remember, their budget was $900 billion. Now it's $1.5 trillion.
So I'm just going to lay this out.
You know, this is all fake, right?
At the same time, we're replacing the main combat rifle for the U.S. military. We're replacing the Abrams. We're replacing the Striker and the we're getting the troop transport. I'm forgetting the name of the Bradley, and we're replacing the F-22. All at the same time. Well, I'm saying that's why we have a bigger budget.
It's not fiscally responsible.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the Republican Party. Fiscal responsibility.
How is it unresponsible?
You just increase your military budget by 50%.
Sure.
Meanwhile, we got some other expenditures probably that could be more prioritized, you know?
Like what?
Fucking price of gas is going through the fucking roof.
What's a higher priority than the safety of the country?
Oh, I'm not borrowing that bullshit.
Jesus,
Get the fuck out. You know what Iran's military budget? You know what Iran's military budget is? Iran's military. You know what Iran's military budget is?
That's the thing I forgot. Yeah, and we're doing a whole new drone program too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
You know what Iran? Yeah. Meanwhile, Iran's budget is $7 billion, holding back U.S. pretty well.
No, they're not holding back shit. This is more of a. This is more of a. We're not. Well, no, this is more of a. We're going to shoot you from a distance, instead of letting you shoot us with everything you have.
This war won't be over in a year. Mark my words. What's today? July 21st. We'll still be fighting them.
I was about to agree with you, but I think after a year of what's been going on for the last week, there might not be anything left in Iran to attack.
Right. And who fucking wins?
Well, I mean, if one person's leveled to the bedrock and the other one isn't, I guess the one that isn't wins.
Right, but who? Who are the fucking winners? It's not the American fucking people.
I don't know. I don't see how they're losers.
They don't have anything to do with it. The people don't have a fucking thing to do with it.
Okay, like
most I would say 80% of the population of Iran has nothing to do with this until we keep bombing the shit out of them, and then 100% of the Iranian people are going to hate the fucking U.S.
It depends on what you care about, like how responsible the people are for their own government.
Why is that our responsibility?
Yeah, and
it's our responsibility to protect us.
And most of our own government here, most of the people here are not for this war.
Look, you're contradicting yourself. If we're kicking their ass and this isn't going to last another year, why the fuck do we need to spend a fucking another $1.5 trillion fucking dollars?
We're not spending the $1.5 trillion. We're not spending the extra money on that. We're spending a bunch of money on updating the entire military. What we're spending money on.
So it's basically might makes right.
Yeah, in the real world, might makes right. Yeah.
Okay.
What's
only
up,
inside of our little safe bubbles that might makes right creates can we afford to think other things.
I can't remember. I think it was you. You posted a link that I watched, Brojo, or we watched it together.
Good night, Green.
The one dude that was saying, whatever, when this deal, whenever the fucking shit settles with Iran, whatever deal is made with Iran, that's the beginning of the fucking new world order.
Wow, I mean, I think it would have been more of the talking about, or basically removing ourselves from NATO to a certain extent, and rearranging global trade was the start of the next world order. I should say the next, right, to avoid conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I suppose.
I thought you guys would have catched on the Iran's talking about invading Kuwait and Iraq, and that's exactly the lore to Mad Max. That's how the story of Mad Max starts.
What's the difference between Iran either invading Iraq or Kuwait or both, and us invading Venezuela?
What's the difference? They're different. Yeah. I guess they're different countries. What do you mean?
So why would we even care?
Oh, that's not what I was talking about. I was just saying that's the lore to Mad Max. Is Iran for a war over energy, oil, ends up invading Kuwait and Iraq, and then a couple other countries too.
Right. And I'm of the opinion you just hit the nail on the head. This is about oil and fucking energy.
Yeah.
And but it has nothing to do. I don't think
do with democracy or freeing these people. Yeah,
I don't think this has. I don't think any of these fuckers are concerned about. The only thing they're concerned about, as far as the people go, is controlling the fucking people. Like I said earlier today, it's not about. There's no countries left. It's all fucking corporations.
See, because I think the war is about getting rid of nuclear weapons, or preventing nuclear weapons, I guess technically. Stopping Iran's essentially, entire Middle Eastern war that they've been having for like the last 50 years, where the energy is going. Right, those were and then on the back end, getting rid of the IRGC, which stops the war that's been going on for 50 years. Also gives the people the ability to theoretically stop being crazy people.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but that's not the most important thing.
Because the way Iran's government is set up, it's not going to fall. They have layers.
Man, they killed the layers. I don't know if you saw that earlier.
They got 30 different backups to happen.
Yeah, they blew all of them up.
I don't think so.
Yeah, do you remember back when they reported when the U.S. hit the building with all the imams in it? They got together to declare the new leader. I killed all of them. I think there's a couple that's alive. That's it.
I don't think so.
I think there's still a lot that are alive.
Besides that, you got 90 million people. And 90 million.
Probably most of those aren't even in Iran. They're probably hiding out in fucking Syria or Iraq or wherever.
I think there's a few of them in Pickaxe Mountain, which is what we're supposedly going to blow up next.
Here's one thing I do remember. Either a year ago or maybe less than a year ago, we completely obliterated their ability to get to develop a fucking nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
And Trump just said today, well, they're decades behind, getting their infrastructure and everything. This is what we're hearing. So then, let's just walk away. Everything's done. They can't do anything.
Okay, that's only one of the objectives.
The objectives to take down. I know the United States had 7 countries in mind. They have a list. 7 countries they want to take over and get their resources. And here's Iran at the last one, right?
Same shit they did in Vietnam.
Well, they have reasons for all the countries on that list, but I'm saying it's not the only objective for Iran.
I think it's more political than anything else. So I think
it's
more of a political maneuver.
I think it's more. I think it's
add the geo in front of it.
It's about oil. It's about money. It's about power. It's about protecting the dollar. They don't care about lives or democracy or anything. It's not.
It's about rich people getting fucking richer and staying in control.
Yeah, you got to worry. You got to stop worrying about the losing lives. Everything the government does kills people. If they pass universal health care, someone will die because of it. If they turn around and get rid of it, someone will die because of it. Everything the government does kills people.
Unnecessarily.
Well, that's the other thing though, is that we get off on being the government that kills. Like the U.S. gets off on that. Feel like we're the strong men. So it's asserting dominance type of shit.
Yeah, thank God it's us and not China or France. Screw France.
They're all part of it. You think that China is somehow this big bad guy or whatever, the fucking boogeyman? There's Jeff Bezos, the owner of Google, the fucking president of Visa and MasterCard. They're all meeting with China.
Yeah.
And fucking brokering back deals right now.
They did it before.
Yeah,
all that stuff's already over there.
What I'm saying, it's not what they're doing is not in the best interest of the fucking people.
I'm not sure what you mean. How does the how does the controller of MasterCard making a deal with China to start including MasterCard bad for America?
Who's getting richer through all this in the end?
How does that benefit
probably
except anybody in the military-industrial complex, right? All the weaponry, all that stuff, they're all getting rich. But the average American who is struggling now, they're not gaining anything from this war. You want to say it's in because nuclear weapons are safety? I think that's a bunch of bullshit. This is just a war to keep going on and on because they need to perpetuate it to keep the money flowing because our economy depends on it.
Well, look, you
might have nothing to do with the average American. Let's really be real here. Come on, now.
You might not believe in the nukes, but the nukes believe in you.
But it's like a conscription state, right? Because even though the nukes are there, like they still push boots on the ground, and we have like a welfare state built around the military. It's like, okay, if you come and serve, then you're set up for life. So then they perpetuate it that way too.
Wait, what? You think the soldiers are set up for life?
Well, that's what they tell them. I'm not saying it's true, but that's what they convince people of to get them to join.
I mean, I've talked to a lot of recruiters in my day, and not a single one of them said anything about being set up for life.
Well, it is. You get housing, healthcare, in theory, education, opportunities for advancement, just through joining.
You get healthcare. That's true, as long as the healthcare is related to something gotten while in service. You get a limited amount of funding for healthcare within a certain time period, and I guess you get trained while you're in there. Like, is that what you're referring to?
Well, no, they have college programs. They'll pay your college tuition as long as you're in the military. And the housing thing, I think, is also part of the deal where
they'll pay tuition while you're in the military. They'll pay for tuition while you're in the military if the thing you're studying has to do with what you're doing in the military.
Well, yeah, but it could apply in the civilian sector as well. So
right, they're just paying for your training. Right, that's what I'm saying. They're just paying for your training. You can't.
But that's an incentive.
It's okay, but what I'm saying is you can't join the army and become a tanker, and then say, "Hey, military, while I'm in service, will you pay for my English degree?" They'll just tell you to fuck off.
Okay, I mean, I don't think that's necessarily relevant to what I was saying, but I mean, I'm not saying you're not wrong, or I'm not saying you're wrong, but I don't think
I'm saying is that the benefits are limited, and everyone I know was well aware, and every recruiter I've ever talked to in my life made it very clear that the benefits are limited.
All right, fair enough. But I mean, there are benefits, and that's used as a means to recruit people. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, guy, come over here and risk your life for McDonald's wage. It's a terrible sales pitch.
But it works all too often.
Well, yeah, some people just want to serve, right? And then some people are just psychopaths. Right, you'll get a psychopath to kill people for minimum wage.
What's up, Will Halsey? I don't know how much longer I can last here up because I've been up since like 4:30 this morning. But anyway,
I just came in to bring my question to you personally. Did you see it out there in the chat?
Make an argument for why Americans should not want Iran leveled.
Yeah, that's the one.
Because if you Iran level, you will destroy the world economy.
How so?
Because you got to get gas. China is probably Iran's probably number one customer.
Right. So
if
again,
China doesn't get energy, you don't get your cheap products.
Right. I don't see where that's more than a small inconvenience for a short time.
Small inconvenience and not going to be a short time.
How can you be sure of that?
Because how are you going to get a cheap labor here in America? That's not happening. You're going to have to do it in other countries.
See, that's what I mean.
Which are under usually the control of China.
Right. So that's what I mean. You would not get very, very cheap slave manufactured products. You would have to pay a little more, and that would be the discomfort or the inconvenience for a short time.
And
time.
That extra money would go to Americans.
I doubt it would be a short time.
Why do you say that?
It takes well, I don't know what kind of manufacturing we're talking about here, but for some manufacturing, it could take years to get up manufacturing.
So I'll give you an example. America's military was shit before was it World War II? World War I, both of those. And when America put its industry to bear on the problem, we simply overwhelmed all the other nations with our ability to produce the things that we needed for war. And that just doesn't apply to war alone.
Okay. Man.
Meaning the industries that you worry about us not
so
being.
When you answer me, how does leveling Iran benefit Americans?
We have less of a threat over there that's constantly popping up and shaking its dick at us.
Funding terrorists, funding proxy groups. Like the funding for Al Qaeda to train the people to come over here and blow up the skyscrapers.
Do we have any? I don't think Iran has been over here. We have no threat over here in our mainland from Iran.
Wait, who do you think funded Al Qaeda after we stopped funding Al Qaeda?
After we stop funding Al Qaeda, exactly.
Yeah, we stopped funding it. And
then, you know, we give weapons to both sides here.
Sure, but we stopped funding it.
Okay. So
right, and then Iran started funding it, and then Al Qaeda blew up 2 towers in America.
And Cerberus, would you say that
you're never going to give an argument for me to agree that leveling Iran and 93 million people is better for us in the world? I will never agree to such a thing. I think it's
but make an argument.
I think it's actually crazy.
Why is it crazy?
It's crazy.
I mean, just restating the claim.
That's genocide. It's genocide.
Is that new?
Doesn't make it right.
Didn't say it was right or wrong. I just
you said it was right for America and the world to level Iran.
I asked a question, or I asked you to make an argument for why Americans should not want Iran leveled. I personally am for them.
I gave you my argument. That's my argument. That's part of it.
I'm totally fine with Iran being obliterated. I don't think it'll bother us too much at all. We'll restructure quickly.
I doubt we're going to restructure quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I would actually prefer taking the entire population, moving them out of the cities, caring for them, leveling everything to the ground, starting over, and getting rid of all the crazies. It's like, okay, who was in the IRGC? They could come forward. We're going to kill you. And then we'll let the non-crazy people live here.
Don't you think there'd be a pretty high motivation for people to just, sort of pretend that they are not extremists in order to slip through and survive so that they can start anew in the sort of in the quiet with
you're not going to get 100% of them, but you can go through the documents they keep. You can figure out who was in the IRGC and who posted to different social medias and stuff. And
okay, so you'd rather it be more of a surgical operation where you take away all the people that are they're not a threat, right? And then you get them out of harm's way, and then the rest.
As close to that as possible is my preference.
Mm-hmm. Would that be your preference too, Will, or would you not care about the people that were not involved in terrorism?
Either way. As long as the goal was accomplished.
I felt bad. There was a 19-year-old who died, and to me, they're dying for a lie. And what you're asking is about tens and more thousands of American soldiers.
Why would that be the case?
In my opinion, would be dying for a lie.
Where did you come up with the number of tens of thousands of American
Well,
soldiers
if you're
dying?
looking to,
Excuse me, a modern war is not typically fought on the ground, is it?
how are you going to have control of the Iran without getting troops on the ground there? How are you going to do this?
Well,
you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it in Vietnam.
One.
You can't be going to do it here.
Mine's the one that required troops on the ground. This glassing the site from orbit doesn't require any troops on the ground.
I mean,
how are you going to control a population? How are you going to control a population?
Oh, it's not too hard. When you look up and there's like a shit ton of drones that are armed, watching you all the time, following you around, strategically striking targets. I mean, I think it wouldn't take long before I started letting my butt pucker up and flying right.
Yeah, go USA.
Won't care about USA. I just don't like the Middle East.
Authoritarianism for them, but not for us, right?
Right. Well, I don't care what they have as long as they're not shaking their dick at us, threatening to nuke us. I mean, how much do you have to hear them threaten you before you're like, you know what, I'm just going to shut you up?
Well, how credible is the threat? That's the question. I mean,
well, that would be up for them to decide whether they had nukes to do it or they were just bluffing. Either way, it's a bad idea to taunt the big dog on the block.
Yeah, that goes back to my question of, for whatever reason, the cops won't intervene, and your neighbor says he wants to kill you. And then he proceeds to build a cannon in his living room, pointing out his window at your house. How long do you have to wait before you can go stop him?
Iran is not Canada.
He didn't say Canada. He said a cannon.
No. I know.
I said neighbor.
I know, no. What I meant is the neighbor. The neighbor is Canada. And Iran is not Canada.
Yeah, but America is just a plane trip away. Right, so don't worry
they got
about
nothing, right? They got no military, no air force. They're not a threat.
What should we do then with Iran, Brojo? What is your prescription for?
We shouldn't. Why we do anything?
So watch them.
Now you have no oil going through. You're killing the farmers. There's going to be famine. You're going to see diesel prices go up to astronomical. Everything, you're going to see double-digit inflation.
What's killing the farmers?
This is what they're going to be the result.
What's killing the farmers? Did you say?
Because you ain't going to have fertilizer that has to get through the canal.
Where do you think fertilizer comes from? Typically comes from Russia, right?
Well, there's a bunch of America doesn't have to import any fertilizer from anywhere off the continent.
What about the rest of the world?
What do you mean?
Well, yeah,
we're worried where they get their
fertilizer generally made from shit.
No,
yeah,
actually,
originally it was.
Yeah, Europe can get some from South America like they do already, and as soon as the as soon as the Russian war is over, they can get some from Russia again.
Why would you have us feel compassion towards Iran, Broja?
What makes you say want compassion?
Are you not advocating for compassion towards them?
I'm advocating not killing innocent lives when you don't have to.
How long has this conflict been going on with
us
dropping?
Are you saying? Wait, though, are you just saying that you're advocating because they are human, right? Like that's the reason. There are humans there that are not. Yeah,
there are human 90. You're talking 90 million people. You're talking about what? A third of the U.S. you want to wipe out.
How many of that population would it take to take over their own government and restructure in a way that civilized
That's not
society
going to
could
happen. They
cooperate?
already have layers of government. Is that going
So
to
it's
happen?
not going to happen. There's no way to go in and get the people to free themselves, right?
Oh yeah, that's really worked in the past.
I mean, it did against England.
Also, who says that they're not free? What you're saying that they're not free?
Oh, they're definitely not free. They're definitely not free.
Oh.
They got gunned down in the street for protesting. They're definitely not free.
You don't care if they're free if you rather have them dead.
It's rather, that's a strong word. I mean, like, I don't care either way. I'm completely apathetic about the state of the Iranian people.
Yeah, well, would you say that, would you possibly prefer if you could somehow just provide like weapons and an ultimatum?
Absolutely. I would arm their homeless.
Your country. Yeah, fix your country or we're going to wipe it off the face of the earth.
I'd absolutely do that if they weren't ruled by a theocracy, which they believe are messengers of their God. They can't go against that without being
America's using God too. Come on, they're using God's name to justify the war.
Didn't say they weren't.
Honestly, you know that is a shit position. Like as a moral standpoint.
I asked for someone to give me a reason to give a shit about our Iran.
Because there are innocent people who would be destroyed in the process of what you're talking about. You have no consideration for like most of the people.
Could they stop pushing back right now? Could they stop pushing back right now?
That's not most of the people. You're just talking about the government.
I just asked the question if they could stop pushing back. Iran, because we've knocked out.
I'm not saying the government isn't corrupt.
Okay, but see, we've knocked out their government multiple times, their leaders. So there are more people taking positions of power and making decisions, but they're still making ones that we're not cool with.
That's like saying that we should have like eradicated all of the Germans after World War II. That's basically the moral equivalent of what you're talking about.
As soon as they cooperate, I think we ought to leave them alone.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have the opportunity to cooperate until.
I don't think they can cooperate because they have religious ideas that are set towards madness.
Well, there's a fair amount of the Iranians that don't like the particular brand of Islam that controls the country.
That's cool. Not liking it and sitting there and doing it anyway is just something. I mean, I think each individual is responsible for. And if I was being subjugated, my life wouldn't be worth anything until I was free. So, I mean, I can't imagine their quality of life in this form of control grid is very pleasant anyway. I'm not saying they should die. I'm saying they should fucking fight back a little bit, especially when they see what's coming.
That's true. I mean, that's what I was saying. If America was like, hey, just gave the ultimatum, fix your country, or we're removing it from the face of the earth.
I think that's what we're doing. I think we're just we're not providing them with weapons or anything, and that's I think the mistake. But I believe their government would just confiscate the weapons, use it on their neighbors.
We're blowing up a lot of infrastructure. We're not like, other than like one incident where a school building used to be a military building. We're not hitting any civilian targets.
Yep. Right now, it's been pretty surgical.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's taken a lot of time, and I don't think they're learning. I don't want us to become Israel and eradicate them, but at some point we're going to get our way with this, if at whatever the cost.
Oh yeah, if Israel had the capability, they probably would have wiped them out forever ago.
They do have nukes.
Well, it's just all the people. It's just all the people Israel's been fighting, like in Gaza and Jordan and what's to the north? I'm forgetting the name of it. Lebanon. All those people they've been fighting. Syria's to the southeast. But yeah, there's been some fighting from this people in Syria and going into Israel too. All of those groups that's been launching missiles into Israel, where Israel's fighting back, all funded by Iran. Every last one of them.
I mean, I don't give a shit about Israel either. I think we ought to cut off all funding for Israel, and I would much prefer if Israel fought their own battles over there with their neighbors. But if Iran would just shift its focus to only Israel, I don't think I'd have a problem.
Yeah. I think Israel now is capable of either producing or buying what they need. We probably don't need to give them anything anymore.
Yeah, I agree with, strangely, Dr. Spider when he said something, I guess, in one of his weird flows of consciousness, that it's because so many Christians think that's Jesusville over there. They want to protect it, and I think that's a big thing that we ought to try and work against.
All right, you war pigs. I'm shutting this down. I'm tired. Okay.
Night, Brojo.
Everyone else have a good night.
Later.
Night, Brojo.